Oh, welcome to the Sharpe Way show. A little bit past 8 p.m. on the East Coast, and I know you're saying, Larry, it's just 7. My internet went down today. See, this time, for the first time, I actually have an excuse. See that? Internet went down, not my fault. Had to work with the internet company, got it up, and now I'm good. So about an hour late, but hey, an hour and 1 minute late is, I guess, better than not coming on at all. Depends if you like the show or not. I hope you will like the show, and then it will be worth it. Absolutely. I hope it is true. But yes, I am a tad late, and I wanted to do a couple of things this evening. A couple of things. Some of you had asked me to do some of reaction show. So I'm going to do a little bit of that. But at the same time, I wanted to bring up, kind of reinforce my ideas about how corruption works and how people actually and how the corruption actually works here in New York State. So what better way than to actually show what Kathy Hochul starts talking about and how she talks about stuff and what she actually means to some of the people who are there and how you can see the corruption work live right here. You can just watch it and also watch how they cover themselves and make sure things go well. That's the most important piece here that you will see. So what I want to do, if I could, is I'm going to show you just her conference of what she's trying to achieve here in New York State and how awesome she is, or at least she says she is. I'm not sure if she's either, but I think we'll find out. This is her conference from, I believe it was about 3 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll see. I hope you'll enjoy as much as I do. Leading in AI technology.
To have the governor on campus for this exciting event. We're also delighted to have the members of the Western New York delegation.
Look at that.
And
good.
Members of the Empire AI Consortium with us this morning.
Now, I want to hear what she just said. It's called the Empire AI Consortium. Could you have picked a worse name? Like, let's pick a name. Let's call it the Empire AI Consortium. That sounds nice, doesn't it? No, this sounds horrible. This sounds terrible. But they picked, that was the name. The Empire will have the consortium of artificial intelligence. What could go wrong? And they're happy about that. And the government's taking it.
I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to the Governor Hochul's visionary leadership, particularly in the area of AI. Because of Governor Hochul's visionary leadership, New York State will be...
Now, whenever you hear visionary leadership or leadership, whatever, whenever you hear that, what that means is they're getting checks. I'm not joking. Whenever they go, their leadership, that means they got paid. Every single time, without exception. It doesn't mean they're smart or not smart or kind of, none of that. What it means is they get paid. If you write me a check, you are a great leader. I really like your leadership. You will hear that constantly throughout this. And this is why Kathy Hochul is one of the best at doing this. She is the ring giver. She will give out jobs and give out cash to all the people of value throughout the entire state. And they're all now indebted to her. This is why she's very safe.
At the epicenter of AI innovation.
See that?
It is now my honor to welcome 57th Governor of the state of New York, Governor Kathy Hochul.
Yeah. She wrote me a big check. Love her. Thank you for the money.
Great to be back. Sleep in my old bed.
She is from this area. This is Buffalo.
But we were here last night to celebrate something else that I'm so proud of, and that is the announcement.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got to remember. She will always validate government. She will always say she's proud. She will always say there's work to be done. She will then almost always explain how she's giving out more jobs. And then finally, she will always somehow quote Teddy Roosevelt. Every time. That's her thing. Always. She'll do those things. So that's the proud part. So always proud.
The $5 million winners of the 43 North competition.
So $5 million winners. She gave the money out. Literally, she said, hi, I'm giving money out. So the government decides to just give money out, and we're fine with it. New Yorkers, whatever. We just give the money out. All the money comes
Just
out.
put New York State and particularly Buffalo on the map as the place where startups begin. And so that was last night.
See
to be able
that?
to be here today. It's just a
Startups begin.
continuation of the incredible transformation of not just what's happening here in Buffalo, but truly the
Tell me
state
where.
of New York. And I could not be
Most in New
prouder.
York.
So you have to
Proud,
ask,
again.
why are we here today?
Yes. Now,
Because
she's been talking about how New York is very good for business. She's been talking about that for a long time. And that sounds amazing. I think that sounds great. But let's ask how that actually is working, right? I mean, it sounds good. I like the idea of New York being, all about business. But when I went to Cato and at the Cato Institute, Cato ranked New York the least free state 7 years running. Yeah, take that, California. You might go, well, that's okay. That, you know what that is? That's not fair because that's Cato. They are some right-leaning or libertarian-leaning and then nutty and whatever. What did CNBC rank them? CNBC, business friendliness. Looking right now, business friendliness. Who's the top for business friendliness? The top is actually North Dakota, believe it or not. Second one is North Carolina. I'm looking here for New York, and what do I find? 50, bottom. So CNBC says 50th out of 50 for friendliness. You might go, well, that's fine. But what about everyone can't say New York is the bottom. Not everyone can say that. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Everyone can say it. And here's someone that you might not may see as weird also. Someone doesn't say 50. This right here. I'll just show you this. This is the 2024 state tax and business climate. And they rank New York as 49th. New Jersey's 50th. So 49th. See that? There is someone that ranks New York as not 50th, as 49th. See? Moving on up. Take that, Jersey. We are moving up. That's what's happening here in New York. And she says how good we are for business. Yet every single thing she does is give money to people. And I say to myself, Larry, why would you do that? Why wouldn't she just, pull things away and let business grow? Well, they can't grow because then they don't owe her anything. But remember, she just wrote 5 checks of $1 million each to businesses. If any of them grow, well, who are they beholden to? Her. She is the ring giver. I know I tease when I say that, but I mean that seriously. This is how she runs things. It's very impressive. And this is why people say, well, Larry, you're saying she's doing a good job? No, she's doing a good job at this. This is her skill set. She is the ring giver. She's better than Cuomo at this. She really is. She's better at Cuomo than this. And this is where the corruption starts to grow. Oh, it gets worse.
Here in New York, we don't wait for destiny.
No, we don't.
We create our own. And I'm here today to declare that the destiny that we have created is found in the room next door.
The destiny that we have created is found in the room next door. Do you know what's in the room next door? The AI bots. Yeah, the machine. Yes. We've got Skynet right here. And we've decided, we're just going to do that.
There is a large black box looking structure, kind of like that.
Yes.
To some, it may just look like a tangle of wires and dark trays with blinking lights, but it's nothing short of a revolution in the way we learn. And
tell me you've never watched any science fiction without telling me you've never watched any science fiction. Done.
Work and interact with each other. And in fact, if you think about it, it's like a heart beating in a body. Yeah,
it's as if AI is some kind of being or something. It's as if it would say, I don't know, become sentient and take over the world. Maybe that. I don't know. That's awesome. Jesus, it's crazy. This is absolutely nuts.
With the cadence of advancement and pumping technology and future through its veins. Now, we don't just do any supercomputer here in Buffalo.
No.
It's the next generation of supercomputer.
She's literally saying it. We don't do any. That's for chumps. We're going to rule the world on this one. Now, here's the funny part. The funny part is she's talking like it's big, but I think you and I both know as we listen to her, this is not going to do anything. This is going to fail miserably. It's simply a massive grift. That's all it actually is. I'll explain that in a second.
Cutting edge technology that
Cutting edge.
exists anywhere out there. So
to be
join
clear,
me on
because Kathy Hochul says so, and she built the box, she is now saying out loud, openly, without joking, this is the most cutting edge technology out there in the world. She just said that. Does anybody watching believe that the most cutting edge technology in the world is done by the governor of New York in Buffalo?
on this journey as we go boldly where
Boldly.
AI in New York has never gone before.
Yes.
And I want to acknowledge the people who make the magic happen. And so many people
Leaders
that
like
you're going to listen to them all
Baines.
because they're all deserve to be recognized.
And she says, here are the people who's making it happening. Here's the best part. You might think to yourself, okay, well, this has got to be something like amazing people, things like that. It's got to be those people.
And I want to, first of all, acknowledge my Commissioner of Empire State Development, Hope Knight, who is also the president. Where's
Hope
Hope?
Knight.
Right there in the front row. So thank you. I have my hometown Commissioner of Civil Service who's transforming civil service.
All right. You might say, okay, she's the one who's making it happen. All right. Who is Hope Knight? Hope Knight runs the Empire State Development Corporation. She runs that. And you might go, that sounds amazing. That sounds great. That's going to be like for economic development and such. In theory, you would be correct. But let me move on to the grift. This is the part that I think some of you will enjoy tremendously. You might say, what about this? And again, I'm bringing receipts. So you don't think I'm just making this up, right? I'm not making this up. Here is something you'll probably like about the Empire State Development. Let me see if I can share this right here. I think you'll enjoy this. What's their budget? Their budget is $300 million. You might go, $300 million? That's a lot of money. It is. You're right. But as you're going further, what do they do for $300 million? Well, what they do is they decide where $4 billion is spent. Yes. So we pay them $300 million to tell us where to spend $4 billion taxpayer dollars. That's what they do. Because we wouldn't know where to spend $4 billion unless we paid some other organization $300 million to tell us where and how to spend the $4 billion. That's how. That's the reason we need to do that. You might go, wow, Larry, that sounds really inefficient, really crazy. Shouldn't we just like take the $4.3 billion, just give it back to people in taxes? No. We can't do that. What we have to do instead is make sure that people actually see this and say, hey, how can we get our cut? That's what it is. Everyone wants to get their cut. I say, well, Larry, is it by default bad? Well, here is leadership. Here is Hope Knight. Hope Knight's nice, I guess. That's wonderful. Hope Knight is someone who's been all parts of all types of stuff here in New York State, responsible for all types of things, running stuff in the city, all these things. And as she runs all these things, has New York been getting better or worse? Yeah, she was actually a director in New York City from like 2015 on. Has it gotten better or worse in New York City? I don't think better. She makes over 200 grand a year, by the way. Over 200 grand a year. And the directors here, not the board, the directors here make over 100 grand a year. All of them do. And their job is to tell us how to spend $4 billion of taxpayer money. Or you could do none of it, but that's okay. Now here's the board of directors. These people, they do it for free. They don't get paid. So see, that's because they love us. This guy is part of TriTech Real Estate Company. What could go wrong there? Yes. And who picks this? Oh, the chair of the Empire State Development Board is selected by the governor. So the governor decides who goes on here. Are you telling me that a governor who can place people on these boards, who decides literally winners and losers, literally, because they get the $4 billion. So this board will help decide winners and losers, and the governor picks the people on the board. Yeah. And of the board, 2 people are former members and 7 are appointed by the governor. So the governor picks people. So do you think, and why would you do it for free? Why would you come on this and do this for free? It's because you love New York. Or could it be because you want access to all the winners and losers. These people will help protect her. That's the point I was bringing up with Eric Adams. This is what she does well. These people are not chumps. These people are heavy hitters, all of them. And it's right online. I'm not making this up right here. Here's a management team. Each one of these people makes over $100,000 a year each of them. Of course. To do what? To hand out money. And I'm not exaggerating with that. To pick winners and losers and to hand out money. They will hand out $4 billion in 2025, give or take. That's what they're trying to do. And they just give money. They will pick winners. The market isn't working in New York State. And you might go, well, wait a minute. We're a capitalist society. We are. That's true. We are. And we're corporatists. This is what happens when big business gets involved and picks winners and losers and just gives out money. So if I'm her buddy, you might go, Larry, wait a minute. Is it legal? Is it legal for people who are on the board and such to actually give money to candidates? Why, yes, it is 100% legal. Absolutely. In fact, the last year that Cuomo was governor, I'm not making this up. You do your own homework. You know I provide receipts. He made over $400,000. No, I'm sorry. No, it was $800,000. Ooh, now it's 4.8. I have to check it out. Anyway, hundreds of thousands of dollars from people specifically that he put on boards. Hundreds of thousands of dollars for people that he put on boards. Think about that. And there she is, putting more. That's why she keeps making boards. If you ever notice when anytime anything goes wrong, she goes, we're going to make a so-and-so thing, and I'll have a board on this and a board on that. And she will appoint these people. She's appointing people who now have control. Now imagine if you're on this board and you know who's going to win and lose. You'd know how to invest pretty well, wouldn't you? You'd know which companies to invest in. You'd know whether you want to, what things go well in a certain area because you know where that place is going to go. You would know where things are going to go because you're helping to put them there. Huh? Isn't that pretty interesting? This is the level I was talking about before. And again, these people, if she's keeping them on boards, they're making a killing. They don't want her to be gone. If she leaves, the next governor might put somebody else on that board, might remove them and put somebody else. Well, I'm making a killing there. I'm supporting Hochul. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm eating off of this. I'm buying my third and fourth house off of this. You can guarantee I'm making sure that she stays in office. I'm making sure I support her. Absolutely. Absolutely. Alex brings it up. Very important. Thank you. It's easy to give away money you didn't earn. It's not her money. Hochul's still making a killing herself. She's giving away your money. If you live in New York, that's your money she's giving away. And part of that comes from the federal government. So you don't have to live in New York. You could be someplace else. She's still giving your money away. Giving it all away. Again, you could just go on a website. Look, I'm not making this up. You can just see it. It's right here. You know, I try to bring receipts whenever I can, and I'm bringing the receipts. This is how it works. This is the issue. This is how it works. So I know some people just laugh at me, but no, it's absolutely true. Let me keep going if I could. I'm going to show you a bit more. It does get a little bit worse, but I think you'll get the concept already. It does get a little bit worse though.
Wanting more people to become public servants. Thank you, Tim Hoax, a Buffalo resident as well. Mayor Byron Brown will be joining us shortly, but Mayor and I are leaving here to go over to the formerly known as the Perry Street Project. So,
okay, hold on. Now, Mayor Byron, this guy is great. He actually lost in a primary for the mayor of Buffalo to a woman, India Watson, I think is her name. I always forget her name. I think it's India Watson. India Watson. She was supposedly a working families party like person, but she was Democrat because in New York they're the same. So she won in a primary. She was a further left. She was not an establishment Democrat. India was not an established Democrat. So she was a further left Democrat. And then they went, wait a minute, we can't have her win mayor. I'm not joking. The Republicans, Democrats got together because Republicans can't win the mayorship here in Buffalo. It's a city, right? Republicans can't win in cities in New York State. Now how it works, Democrats always win. And so Republicans knew, well, we can't win, but we want to grift. And if India wins, she might not let her grift. So the Republicans and Democrats came together. True story, came together and did a write-in campaign for Byron, and they beat India Watson, who won the Democratic primary. So the Democratic voters said, we want this further left person. This is what we would like. And we're voting for her so that we can, get what we want. And Democrats said, wait a minute, she's not establishment. Republicans said, but then we can't grift. So they got together, made a write-in campaign, and beat her. And that's why he's the mayor. So it shows that grift is more important than party. See that? You guys thought it was all about left and right. No, it's about cash. So I'm not a huge fan of India, but she definitely was not a mainstream, and she was not an establishment Democrat. She was not going to let everybody grift. And they were like, oh, okay, no, not going to happen. Joseph knows it. He says it. Massive grift. Yes. And thank you, by the way, for being a member. He also goes on to say, New York State's nowhere near the epicenter of AI vomit bucket. Correct. This is stuff she's just saying so that she can talk trash and try to make a bunch of money come out and give money away. Literally, she's going to give away billions of dollars. And when she gives it away, the people who get it are now loyal to her. That's the way it works. That is the way that works. Yes. The AC says, oh, the Republicans went on that too. I didn't know. Yes, they were. Yep, absolutely. Pickup goes on and says, yep, it was Wiley Reporter. 100%. That absolutely happened. Establishment Democrats, this is why some people who are on the right think that everyone who's a Democrat is on the left, or left and Democrats are the same, right? I happen to know that's not true. Leftists very often aren't Democrats. They often hate Democrats because they feel Democrats are just the establishment. And they're right. It's true. Most Democrats, I'm sorry, not Democratic voters, most Democratic politicians are just establishment Democrats, right? Very few are actually left Democrats. They talk a good game, but they're not. So the idea here in this case is just, well, we'd rather have an established Democrat if I'm a Republican. I'd rather have an established Democrat. At least I'll get to grift. If I get some real left Democrat, I can't even grift. So yeah, we can't have that. Grifting is more important.
As if you drove into Buffalo for basically your entire life, you saw the degradation of public housing in our community that was really left there haunting us for generations. I mean,
So she says this community is haunting us for generations. For those who don't know, she was in the town council, first off, local government in the area. Then she was a congressperson from the area. Then she was the lieutenant governor of the state. She has done nothing for her state or her area. Now she's governor. She's like, now I'm going to change something. Now you are.
Everybody saw that this had once been a place people lived in the 50s, 60s, 70s. And then after time, it was.
Yeah, after you became involved in politics, it was still terrible. Absolutely. Mike is here. Mike says, New York AI is just like drone testing, a cash grab for connected donors. Yes. Promising a home run to voters and delivering failure every time. Yes, and yes. I.e. hemp, movie studio, computer chips, all of those. Yes, 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 and yes. All failing. Yes, correct.
Abandoned and broken windows and just the specter of people still living in that midst. When I became governor, I said, that's coming down. My friends, it is down. We're rebuilding a whole new community there. So I'm looking forward to going right past that on my way back out to the airport and saying, yes, great things are happening here. So I'm looking forward to joining the mayor over there as well. Our elected officials from the state have been recognized. They're great champions of this project. And I thank them because I bring them a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
You love them all, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm writing checks. You're like, yeah, I want a check. I want a check. Can I get a check? I would love a check. Your ideas are amazing. Yes. Here's the problem. Where's the business person here? Where's the private sector person here? They don't exist. Leading the nation right there in AI technology information. Not a business person in the area. Nowhere. Where's the business? The problem with New York, Illinois, California, and to a certain extent, not as much, but Jersey is actually better in this regard than others because it has a couple of big industries in it, is that almost all business growth is not pushed by the private sector. Why? Because New York State is so unfriendly and so anti-business. It must always be pushed by government. Literally, no one notices this, right? Why do I have to give out $1 million to 5 businesses? Why do I have to have an Empire State Development Corporation to give out $4 billion in taxpayer dollars and pay them $300 million to do so? Why must I do that? Because You can't make it without government. Government rules, regulations, ideas, environment, taxation, corruption is so bad that you can't function without it. So government has created this horrible environment and says, I got you. I will get you out of the environment. Yeah, but you made the environment. Yeah, but I'll get you out of it. You could just make a better environment and you don't have to give me the $4.3 billion. But here's the reason why she wants to. Yet again, she is the ring giver. She is in control of giving out the money. So people are responsible to her. People will support her. People will back her. These people who aren't clapping because they love her. They're in the room. Oh, I came to the government side. Nobody loves her. I mean, maybe her husband does. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe. I assume so. Maybe. Anyway, but the people, they're just like, oh, can I get a check too? I want my $1 million. You're going to give me $1 million? I'll go there and clap. I'll clap right with you. Give me $1 million. There's every one of you watching. If I give you $1 million, you'd go there and clap all day. You're like, yes. Oh, you're the greatest. You clap all day. Of course you would.
Yeah, there we go. I'm going to quote you on that in a couple months. But this is, when you think about it, it's kind of it's a radical idea. It's a large investment of state dollars to do something that has not been done before.
Hear that? She openly says it. It is a large investment of state dollars. It's not state dollars. That's the issue. It's not, right? At least if it was just federal funds. If it was just federal funds, then it might just be debt, which would still suck, but at least it will be debt. No, this isn't that. This is state funds. What does that mean? That means your taxes. If you live in New York State, this is your taxes, which she is taking happily, eagerly, and handing out to her donors. She is using this, your taxpayer dollars, to keep her in power. And all the seals in front of her are clapping. That's what's actually happening.
But they're also the believers, especially our representatives that we have here from Western New York, who saw the great potential, especially when I said, let's house it at the University of Buffalo. I think I had you at hello then, right? Okay.
Yeah, let's write a check to the University of Buffalo. Like, yes.
I thought so. But speaking of University of Buffalo, Satish Tripathi has been a friend and an ally for such a long time. And his leadership is exemplary, and
His
I know
leadership.
he's continuing to lead this great institution, one of our flagship.
He's making sure that he gets checks from the state. That's the issue. That's what it's all about. Joseph, again, thank you for being a member, says New York is a joke for business, great for subsidies. That should be New York's motto. New York State, a joke for business, but great for subsidies. It would be accurate. Like that should be our motto, right? Not Excelsior, which is ever upwards. No. Our motto should be a joke for business, great for subsidies. Yep. Chips, all subsidies. The green stuff we do, all subsidies. AI, all subsidies. 100%. Yes, 100%. So anyway, thank you for being a member. She says, I don't get it. Why don't people trust that new AI project? Torment Nexus Freedom and your spy-bot AI. I just can't figure it out. Yes, agreed. I don't understand. Why would you not do that? Why would you not do that? Of course.
Here in the state of New York, UB and Stony Brook, two institutions that we're immensely proud of. And so I want to thank Satish as well. Someone you need to get to know better, and that is Marilyn Simons.
Oh, okay.
She would be here with her husband, Jim, but we lost him a short time ago. But the two of them are a powerhouse couple and have been.
Mm-hmm.
And using their talents and resources and the genius behind what they have done as a couple, also being able to help fund an initiative.
Now, they're helping to fund everything. So do you think they're donors? What do you think? You think they give money to PACs that support her? What do you think? You think they give money to PACs, and then when she runs and raises 20 some odd $1 million, which she didn't need to spend any of it because the last guy running against her spent maybe 6 and put the rest into his PAC, and that he's getting a check off of that. And yeah, to be clear, the last guy ran against her raised like $13 million, something like that, spent like half of it, kept the other half in the PAC, and is paying himself a salary. Ultimate grift. That all comes off Republican donors in New York State. Fooling them. Fool Republican donors in New York State to give money so he can give himself a job, right? So now for her, what is she going to do? She's going to raise that $20 million, not spend maybe even half of it, but she can give it out. And also PACs will raise it. They can give it out. What will they do? She'll give it to other Democrats who are running. either local Democrats that are running so that they can beat Republicans locally, or she'll give it out to consultants who will support her, or she'll give it out to other states even. She'll give them that money out. Why? Now they owe her. That's how this game is played. So if someone wants to investigate her, get her in trouble, all of a sudden the investigation goes away, or some good deal is made, or something like that. Remember how Cuomo got out of it? Yeah, Cuomo also had $20 million in his coffers too. A lot of money to give away. All of a sudden, all charges dropped. What a coincidence that is. Now, you might go, Larry, this sounds horrible. Yes. And I'm telling you how it actually works. I'm showing you right here. Why is there no big business? Why is there no whatever? The Elon Musk of New York. Is there one? Whatever. Of course there isn't. Why would you possibly be here if you're Elon Musk? Anyway, whoever the equivalent of that, why is that person not here? Because they don't matter. What matters is government and grift.
Initiative like this through the Simons Foundation. Marilyn, we've become good friends over the years. We terribly miss Jim, but your presence here today and your willingness to make this happen way in advance of when we anticipated it would be occurring at the UB main campus. This is something.
Yeah. And I'm going to go on what Mike says. Mike says, Hochul learned to grow government from Cuomo, who made a commission for everything. That solved nothing but increased corruption. Yes, but in their eyes, corruption is a good thing, right? Because corruption keeps them in power, right? And always makes sure they can get rid of somebody. The thing that Cuomo did better than her, I'm not sure if it's better. She's better in general at handing out jobs. But what Cuomo would do, to your point, Mike, is he would make these commissions and then put someone in charge of the commissions so that he was then removed from it. So when the commission itself was corrupt, this is the brilliance of Cuomo. This is the brilliance of Cuomo that was better than all the rest. Cuomo makes a commission, allows it to be as corrupt as possible, says nothing. All of a sudden, there's some kind of investigation. Something's going on. Somebody's corrupt. Of course they're corrupt. They're all going to be corrupt. Of course. They're all picking winners and losers. Duh. Of course they are. When there's an investigation, he goes, I didn't know what was happening. I just picked this guy. It's his fault. So the people on the commission go to jail. Cuomo's hands are clean. Like a mafia boss who has other people do his work. He was great at that. I would argue Hochul may be better because so far, not even investigations yet. At this point, Cuomo was already having investigations, right? She has none. So she might be better, and she can now throw it off on Eric Adams. Oh, he's the bad guy, not me, right? So I'm not sure which one's better at that, Mike. I think time will tell. That's my gut. I think time will tell.
I will never take for granted. Let's give a special round of applause to Marilyn Simons.
Yeah. Pigabell says
Chancellor
India Watson's
John
correct.
King,
Thank you.
we were together at UAlbany yesterday talking about supercomputers and
Walton.
innovation there as well. So all across what we call the innovation corridor, it used to be called the Erie Canal Corridor. It still is, but it's also the Erie Canal Innovation Corridor from here all the way to Albany.
Okay, she just made that up. There's no innovation going on down there. I spoke about the Erie Canal in 2018, how we need to rebuild the entire thing, open it up, make it wider, and put hovercraft on it. And then to pay for it. Right now, the Erie Canal makes about $5 million a year total. It costs over $100 million to maintain, not including special projects. It's a $95 million a year loser. Why? Government runs it. Of course, that's how it works. It's a disaster. It does one thing very well, the Erie Canal. Smell bad. Does that well, right? That it does very well. Otherwise, it doesn't do much at all. What should we do? I said it. There's about 35 locks on the Erie Canal, give or take in that area, about three dozen, give or take. If I remember my numbers right, we should literally sponsor every one of them. Naming rights on every one of them. Make it a Taco Bell one, the I don't care, every one of them. That'll raise a bunch of cash. Widen them all out, put hovercraft on it. When I say this all the time, when I was in the Marine Corps, we had hovercraft that could cross the ocean with a tank on it. Put a tank on it, cross the ocean. No problem. How about now? It's 30 years ago. You can't do that now? Of course you could. Cool hovercraft. People want to go up on a hovercraft, come down on a hovercraft, go back and forth. That's innovation. That's innovation. And you don't even have to have the government involved. Sponsor it, get the cash to maintain it, and say, guys, put it on it. You know what? They'd love to do that. We have all these college kids, have them figure out how to put hovercraft on it. There's a way. I don't know how. Who cares? That's what engineers are for. Figure it out. How deep does it have to be? How wide does it have to be? How do locks have to work? Make it happen. That would make people exciting, interesting. She just announces it as the technology, whatever. None's coming out of that. What's the last thing you heard come out of that? Last time the Erie Canal was special was 200 years ago. I'm not even joking.
And we did some great things there yesterday. Let's give another round of applause to John King, our chancellor.
To more politicians. Who wrote more checks?
Dr. Robert Harrison, who's going to be heading up this operation. He's an interim executive director of Empire AI, and I want to thank him for being.
Jesus Christ, Empire AI. Empire AI. He's the director of Empire AI. Jesus Christ.
The first. The bar is held high. I have very high expectations. I'll be checking in on everything and the progress because that's who I am. But we wouldn't put it in your hands if we didn't think you could make this be accomplished. Tom Secunda, you don't know him perhaps, but he is the person who exactly 1 year ago planted this idea.
Okay, for those of you who know who Tom Secunda is, he is the co-founder of Bloomberg. He is a billionaire and her friend. I'm not mad at her for that. I would like to have more billionaires as my friends too. And hopefully if I ever become governor, I will have lots of billionaires as my friends. When you have billionaires as your friends, well, it's a whole lot easier to be protected. When you don't have them as friends, not as easy. So again, well done. Billionaires as friends, nicely done. Not mad at her, just saying. There we go. Dow says batteries. I3 New York. Oh, yes. I3 New York. Was that what it was called? That failed too. They all, okay, let me be clear. I'm going to give you a quick list since the Erie Canal of the successes of New York City projects. Ready? I'm going to start now. Done. None. Zero. Not one. Every one of them fails. Whatever amount of money they say they're going to bring in, they never bring in. Whatever amount of jobs they're going to bring, they never bring. Timeline, never on time. And when I say never, I mean never. Government projects in New York haven't worked since I don't know when, since I've been alive. They were a 100% failure rate. So what do? Let's make it bigger. Let's make an organization. Let's make sure private can't do anything. And let's just make sure government does everything and nothing is ever done on time, ever. And it never hits its numbers. It fails every single time. Yes, every time. Thank you for that, Dale. Or Dallas.
That wouldn't it be amazing if, and if someone says that to me, you've got my attention. And he laid out the vision.
Yeah, he is them. NNY Liberty says, how do empire zones work out? They didn't. Again, guys, it's rare you will hear me say 100%. He's go, usually, most of the times, could be, no, 100%. They never work. All they do is give out money. People were asking me about, I forgot when this was, about cameras. The, what was it? Hold on. Congestion pricing in New York City. I said, they don't need that. But they fought it for all this time. I said, yeah, because they wanted to put the cameras in. What do you mean? It wasn't about that. Hochul has people who physically put in cameras. That's a contract she had to have, right? She got the contract. She gave them the job. Here's a job, put the cameras in. The cameras are all in, ready to go. Oh, I don't want to congestion pricing anymore. Well, you didn't know that months ago? Yeah, but then I couldn't have paid the guys to put the cameras in. You think it's something else? No, she had to make sure she paid off her guys, and she did. They got taxpayer dollars to put all the cameras in. Well, they got it all done. Good. Well, what are the cameras? We got to pay them still. Why? Someone's got to monitor the cameras, upkeep them. What are the cameras for? We don't have congestion pricing anymore. I don't know. Use it for license plates, speeding, CCTV for the cops, whatever. They're still getting paid. They're still getting paid. If they were getting paid, there'd be a lawsuit. There's no lawsuit against the city. There's no lawsuit against the state. They still getting paid. They don't care. If you're going to pay me to put in the cameras and pay me to maintain them forever, I got a nice good deal. I'm getting paid. I now love this governor. I support her now. Do you see how this constantly happens again and again and again and again? It is a massive jobs program. It is a massive grift. That's what it is. Again and again and again.
For this. And again, he's one of the founders of Bloomberg LLP, which is
there we go.
An extraordinary global operation. So he has success and knows how to find ideas that work. But his engagement in this has been transformative. It brought the people together who otherwise would not have coalesced around an idea like this. And so.
Okay. Pinkerbell asked a question. She says, okay, but why? What's the purpose of the AI project? It's to say she's doing something innovative. She's not. It's to give away $4 billion and to pick winners and losers. right? What happens now, for those who don't know, they didn't really build anything. I mean, they did, but they didn't really build anything. So now they're going to start coming out with requests for proposals for private companies to do something with AI. That's how this actually works. Private companies, and they're going to pay these companies. So the people in the Empire State Development Corporation, what a goddamn joke. Those people are going to decide, because you know who knows best about business? Government bureaucrats. No one knows more business, Pinkerbell, than government bureaucrats. They know everything. That's why they're successful at business. Oh, wait, they're not. That's why all their projects work. Oh, no, none of them do. But that's okay. They're going to pick. And they're going to pick not because, I promise you this, Pinkerbell, I'm 100% sure. They will pick the winners of these grants of this $4 billion. They will pick these not because of how much they support the governor or how much money they give or who they know or how powerful they are. They will pick only on the merits. Yes, I'm being sarcastic because that's a lie. They will pick for exactly whatever reason you think so. And all the people on the board will know, and they will all invest. This will be a massive grift, lots of money, and there'll be nothing valuable in AI at all. I can guarantee you that. 4 years from now, when she's running, oh no, 6, when's she running again? 2 years. 2 years now when she's running again, there'll be nothing of value at all that will have come from it. Nothing. If even one project is picked, I'd be surprised. Maybe one will be picked. Maybe. But nothing will come from it that's of any value. But she'll say, we put together the innovation corridor and we did all this great stuff and we spent all this money. And she will speak about it in terms of dollars. Because wealthy people who are grifting will go, aha, yes, she puts money. I need to make sure that was there. That's the issue. So, yes. Gene says, open the pod bay doors, Hal. Yes, Gene. I don't think Hal will open it up. Missy says, use the join button to become a member. Yes, absolutely. Guys, I got to tell you, of course, if you like what you're doing, like what I'm doing, please click the button that is like. Click the button known as like. Please do so right now. Hip check it, attack it, body slam it, whatever's required. As long as it goes click like, that's all I care about. Please do that. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, please reshare it. It does matter. If you have not subscribed, I don't know why you love corruption. Because if you don't subscribe or follow wherever you're watching, you love corruption. You think it's awesome. See how bad you are? Don't be bad. Click subscribe or whatever the case may be. Follow. You want to super chat me? You can, of course. Always super chats are always appreciated. If you're on Larry Sharpe YouTube, you may. If you're also on Larry Sharpe YouTube, you may become a member. If you want to click that join button, $5 per month. Helps me move things forward. It's kind of what I want to do. So if you can, that would be great. Yes. Austin says, no, Larry, the state motto should be united we grift, divided we spend. That's not bad either. That's also not bad. United we grift, divided we spend. That's true. That's not bad. Absolutely. That is not bad. So yes. All righty. Joseph's laughing. He goes, innovation corridor. Yeah, like that's it? Of course. 100%. Yes. Mike had to laugh too. I know. It's crazy. Kim says, so this lady is the governor? Yes, she is. Her Majesty, Queen Kathy, first of her name. Destroyer of business. Closer of businesses. Banisher of conservatives. That is her. Yes, absolutely. Dow goes, the Don of Albany. Not bad. Not bad. Yes, that's good. All right, so let me keep going here if I can. And the AC goes, it's not good for those of us who aren't billionaires. Good point. If you're a billionaire, yeah, you're kind of set. You kind of are here. You're kind of set. Actually, you're kind of set everywhere. So, yes, you kind of set everywhere.
You'll be hearing from Tom in a few minutes as well, but so grateful to him for helping us literally get to this place today. Let's give him a round of applause as well.
Let's give the billionaire a round of applause. He needs a round of applause. He's only a billionaire.
You know, New York has been the home of industrial revolutions for generations. You know, we talk about how.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. What? No, that's not true. No. Generations ago. That's not true now. Oh, you guys are doing her you guys. Okay, hold on. All right. I don't know if you happen to see it, but let me put this up now. I actually put this in the, if I can find it here. Hold on. I actually put this in the YouTube link. See if I can find it real fast. If I can get the YouTube link. And the YouTube link says, if I can give it the full thing, she is Queen Kathy, first of her name, destroyer of businesses, supporter of the ruling class, bane of the middle class, punisher of the working poor, banisher of the population. That is her names. I literally put there. That are her. That's the titles I give her if I can remember them all. But that's what it is. So yes, Queen Kathy, first of her name, destroyer of business, supporter of the ruling class, bane of the middle class, punisher of the working class, banisher of the population. Those are her titles that she gets. So I did have them there ready for you guys in case any of you asked, and some of you did. But Joseph noticed something. We are protecting their freedoms, and their freedoms matter too. I love that. Yes, their freedoms matter too. So let's not just hate on the billionaires, right? They're people too, all right? I know you guys are all like hating billionaires for some reason. It's fine. I mean, then when you say millionaires, I don't know, whatever. Let me keep going.
I wish they all had time to take a tour, but those of you who go out and see the power facility in Lewiston,
Yeah.
and you go through the visitor center and you see Tesla, not the cars, but Nikola Tesla debating with Thomas Edison on the value of AC current versus DC current. They have this exchange as holograms. It's quite fascinating. And those are the debates that were going on right in our community back at a time when people just thought, you're going to harness hydroelectric power, Niagara Falls.
This is over 100 years ago.
The Industrial Revolution here in Western New York. You know what? It happened. It happened. Or think about the audacity of those who said,
this is what?
Let's build a canal across the entire state of New York.
Yeah.
Largest canal in the world. They did this.
That was 200 years ago. Yes, 200 years ago.
Year, and that's why Buffalo will be the site of the World Canal Congress, where thousands.
By the way, 200 years ago, we didn't have income tax. Let me say it again. There was no income tax 200 years ago. And we built the Erie Canal. Government wasn't involved in that one. And we built the Erie Canal. There was no Empire State Development Corporation. And we built the Erie Canal. And since the Erie Canal, what have we built?
People come and see what still is viewed as an engineering marvel here in our own state of New York. So we build on this legacy of crazy ideas that end up being wildly successful. And as a result, we're able to, this is how you power the resurgence of a region. You create. So
she thinks she's making the new Erie Canal with this? And saying, see how great, how innovative New York is the most conservative state of the Northeast. And some of you go, what? It is. I'm not joking. We're the most conservative. We are all about keeping everything close, old money. We don't like innovation anymore. That has changed. New York built itself up on three, I call the 3 Fs: farming, finance, forward thinking. That is what New York built itself under. And that was true 100 years ago. It used to be true. People who were wealthy lived all over the place in Rochester, Syracuse, Binghamton. Binghamton used to be called Parlor City because all the wealthy New Yorkers in the city would have their own massive buildings in Binghamton and, have parlors there where they'd meet people and talk and chat. That was a cool thing in Binghamton. This used to happen. Buffalo City was a major economic powerhouse back in the day. Of course it was. It was. I think it had almost 70,000 people, maybe in that area. It had tons of people. Rochester, too, used to be called Flower City because there's so much stuff it built out of flour. Yes, that's what it used to be. Not anymore. Try to find some innovation in New York now. Try to find some of that now. Try to find finance growing. It doesn't grow. We're losing finance. Try to find farming. We're losing farmers. There's no forward thinking either. The state is dying because the 3 Fs aren't here. And when the 3 Fs were here in New York, you know what was not getting in the way? The Empire State Development Corporation and all of these bureaucrats. They were not getting in the way at all.
Something out of nothing. New York City was a nice little community before the Erie Canal. It was.
Did you hear what? So New York City was a nice little community is what it was. That's what New York City was before the Erie Canal. It wasn't already a financial center. It wasn't already a major city, a massive port. Why did the British take it in the Revolutionary War? Because it was just a little community. All because the Erie. So without the Erie Canal, New York City would be nothing. It was nothing without that. Why would you say some stupid shit like that? And why is no one going, what are you talking about? Why? Because they're all waiting for checks. They're all waiting for checks. That's the reason why. They're like, yeah, whatever you say. Did you? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Kevin says, would term limits and or recall elections fix corruption like work like in California? No, I mean, California has it and California's still broken. It wouldn't fix it. But I mean, I'm not against term limits. We have term limits in New York City for mayor. But if you're Bloomberg, you just buy another term. Again, not joking. Bloomberg was supposed to only have 2 terms because it's term limits. He said, how much would a new term cost? And what do you mean? How much do you get a 3rd term? Well, you can't do that. Oh, yeah, I can. I'm Bloomberg. They went, okay, $1 billion? Yeah, okay, good. And 3rd term. You might think I'm joking with that. I am not. He literally got a 3rd term because he's Mike Bloomberg. I'm going to write a check. That's New York. So term limits work unless you're a billionaire, in which case you go, I would like one more. And New York goes, okay. That's what literally happened. Just so you're clear on that. No one else could get it. Giuliani couldn't get more than 2 terms. He was term limited out. He can't do more than 2 terms. That was before Bloomberg. And then afterwards, de Blasio couldn't get 2 terms because he's de Blasio. He couldn't get 2 terms. But Bloomberg, he got 3 because I'm Bloomberg. Remember Bloomberg trying to get into the debates? They had all kind of rules to get into debates back in 2020. And Bloomberg said, well, we got to change the rules. They said, no, we can't. He said, how much is it going to cost me to change the rules? And went, oh, sorry. It's you. Sorry. How's $500 million? He said, deal. 500 million. Here you go. And rules changed. And he was in. And again, if you think I'm joking, you can just look that up. All that stuff's true. That's what actually happened. Again, he's in New York at Bloomberg. He knows how the game is played. I got cash. I'm good. That's how that works. So yes, that is how that works. Any case, I know some of you are just laughing at what I'm talking about, but it's just, I wish it was all a joke.
It's not the economic global commercial powerhouse that it is today at all, because they needed that.
Because it was 1820s. Yes, but was it still a powerhouse? Yes, but it was not look, it wasn't your powerhouse. No city is the economic powerhouse it is today 200 years ago. That's true. I don't think any city was. I mean, maybe London-ish, and I'm probably stretching on that one. Maybe. But that's maybe the closest you're going to get. This is almost like this funny thing is she says dumb stuff all the time. Has she quoted Teddy Roosevelt yet? She'll quote him, I'm sure. She says dumb stuff all the time and compares herself to like World War II. I'm not joking. She does this like, and then it's like landing at the beaches. No, it's not. You're not swimming the beaches of Normandy. You're not. But she says it like that. And no one ever says anything to her. Not even the press pushes back on her. They just go, yes, so brave. That's all they ever do. The press won't even push back on her.
That way to get products out to the markets, get them out to the Midwest and literally explode the Midwest after we.
Yeah, there was no way New York could get any products out of those massive harbors without the Erie Canal. Couldn't do it. Man.
You're able to start having linkages there through the Erie Canal. You don't just spread commerce across the world, but you also spread knowledge across the world.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it's easier to visualize transformation when you think about electrifying buildings, first electrified city in the world, City of Lights, Buffalo. Or if you're pouring concrete, the stadium, you can say, that's going to be a stadium someday. We're going to have the Buffalo Bills playing there in 2 years. Everybody hear that? 2 years, no.
Okay. Why does she care about the Buffalo Bills? Some of you in New York, you know this story. If you're not in New York, you may not know this story. In New York, the Buffalo Bills are going to get a new stadium. You might go, okay, that's good. Good for the Buffalo Bills. So guess how much and who's paying? Oh, you know who's paying? New Yorkers are. Almost $1 billion. New Yorkers are paying. Now I get it. She's a Bills fan. No problem. I get it. She is a Bills fan. Nice. That's good. Oh, I'm not mad at her for it. But does that mean you need to give them $1 billion? And here's the problem. You might go, Larry, how else are they going to get a stadium? Here is the problem. Most stadiums are not built on the backs of taxpayers. Most aren't. Will they sometimes give tax abatements or things like that and some benefits to a stadium? Yeah, that happens here. Of course, little gimmies here or there. But generally speaking, they don't build it for them. New York State is. Now, you might say, Larry, well, how else can they build it? Okay, just in case you guys don't know, every single owner of a stadium, every single owner of a team is a billionaire. And all of the players are millionaires. Who do banks love loaning money to? Oh, right. billionaires and millionaires. They love loaning it to them because they know they get the money back. They know they're going to have all kind of assets. They love that. Banks love nothing more than to just give money, loan money to billionaires and millionaires. So could they get that financed? Easily. Easily. You could finance that on their own. In fact, the owner of the Buffalo Bills is worth more than that. He could finance it personally if he wanted to. If he wanted to, he could. But if he does that, here's the problem. If he does that, who gives out the jobs? He does, not her. I fall back to the same thing as the ring giver. She wants to make sure that that $800 or $900 million is given out by her so that she chooses winners and losers. Why? She'll give out the union jobs to the union people who support her. Unions will keep supporting her. You might go, well, unions don't like her. When she gives them big jobs like that, they do. Well, not just that. Construction. Who's going to bring in all the vehicles? Who's going to do the concierge? Who's going to actually concessions? She gives all that out now. So they all owe her. That's why she wants to do this. Otherwise, she just go, you build your own damn stadium. What do I care? Build your own goddamn stadium. Right? Mike brings it up. Trump was helped with tax abatements. Yes, tax abatements. They don't build the whole damn thing. Abatements are common. You're correct, Mike. They're common. Lots of them do it. Yes, but no. This is literally building it. And she's saying in 2 years. And why does she say it like that? Why does she say, and it'll be done in 2 years for sure? Why? Because it is never done on time. That is why she must say that. Why wouldn't she just go, it'll be done in 2 years, as it always is? No, it's never done on time. When I say never, that's why she's in 2 years. Listen to me. She's going to try to get them to go 2 years. I mean, it probably won't happen in 2 years because it never does, but doesn't matter. And then why Liberty says, if they have no more work stoppages, bingo, there will be. Now, Buffalo Billions. So let's hear about that one. That was the government putting over $1 billion into the lakeside of Buffalo. There's, Buffalo is on Lake Erie, some people don't know that, but yes, it is there. So, and that was sort of grow Buffalo. Now, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. I've been there. It's beautiful. It is very nice. It's like some old ships there and stuff. Lots of places to walk. It is beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, it's very beautiful. I've been there and I like it. But it was government money supposed to revitalize all of Buffalo. Didn't work. It was grifted completely. Joseph is actually laughing. He says, ha ha, Buffalo Billions. Yes, absolutely. Totally correct. 100%. So there we go.
Delays. Okay.
Yeah.
But today we're doing something I want to tell you and persuade you that this is just as bold and brave and audacious as all those challenges that came before that we overcame.
Yeah, but the only one you mentioned was the one 200 years ago. So all those things, and I didn't mention any of them except the one 200 years ago. I didn't mention anything else because recently we haven't done anything. New York has been a joke these last couple of. I know some of you are mad at you New Yorkers, which is true. New York has been broken for decades. Just been broken, right? It took us, what was it, 12 years, was it? 14, whatever it was, 12 years to build the Freedom Tower. Think about how embarrassing that is. How many years did it build to rebuild that? We couldn't build a Freedom Tower. So 2 came down and we had to put 1 up. That's embarrassing. That's who we are. So Dawn goes, Buffalo Billions with total force. Yes. I mean, it does look nice, but yeah, that could have been done probably with $100,000. Done. Correct. So anyway.
This investment, $400 million combined with states and philanthropic partners, business people who believe, as well as our universities. This is.
Space Jason says, prediction, at some point she'll acknowledge how they are prioritizing women, Black and brown, indigenous people. She usually does women. If you know her, she doesn't usually prioritize Black and brown, indigenous. That's usually not her style. She plays the woman card more than any other card that she does. So I get your point, Space Jason, I do. But generally speaking, Hochul is someone who plays the woman card. Now, she doesn't have to play the woman card here. And the reason why is she literally has a woman she picked to be in charge of this project, and a woman runs the financing. So she's got 2 women at top, and she talks about them. So she's kind of already playing the woman card. She plays it that way. Otherwise, yes, you're right. She will always try to play the woman card. She doesn't play that here or there. She'll do it, but she really plays woman card. She doesn't play the other two.
How we talk about putting AI to work for people.
See that?
And this is how we're also accelerating.
Without her, how would AI ever work for people? It's impossible, right? It's impossible. So she has to step in to make sure that happens 100%. Gene says, in Allegheny County, PA, the voters voted against the 1% sales tax increase to pay for a new stadium. So the government officials here changed the name of the tax to a regional asset tax and added tax anyway. There we go. See, they just changed the name. You did not want a sales tax? Okay. It's a regional asset tax. That feels a whole lot better. Woo. They sell naming rights for the sports facilities, but the tax remains. There we go. Grift, and more grifting. That's what it's about. Grift, and more grifting.
The rebirth of manufacturing in the state of New York. And I'll be talking about that a lot because something is happening. You may not know it.
Yes, I'm going to tell you what's happening. It's called the military industrial complex. I wish I was joking, but again, I'm not. What is making the manufacturing happen in New York State today is the military industrial complex. That's why we're more than happy to just start throwing everything possible into Ukraine war, Israeli war, throw it all in there to the best of our ability because we got to keep making stuff here and New York is getting it. And why is New York getting it? Why would New York get it? Why would New York get military industrial complex jobs when New York is not friendly for business? Because they're all guaranteed government jobs. It's all guaranteed federal money. So it's the private sector. I mean, it is the private sector making officially, but the money's coming guaranteed from the federal government. Well, if the federal government's guaranteeing you multi-year contracts, yeah, I'll start a business with that. Who wouldn't? Anybody listening says, hey, you want to start a business? I'm going to guarantee you 5 years of government contracts. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'll start that business. I got a guarantee of the government being my number one customer for 5 years. Yes, done. What bank's not going to loan you money? What billionaire wouldn't loan you money? I want to start a business. Well, what's your customer? Federal government, guarantee me 5 years. Oh, done. How much money do I give you? I need $1 million. Done. And you go. That's why that works that way. So why are they targeting New York State? Why? Because Kathy's a good soldier. Queen Kathy's a very good soldier. You can tell she is. She plays this game very well. She's a great soldier. Uncle Joe's giving New York a lot of money. And she is definitely going to deliver. And she does deliver. Joseph says it right. Federal contracts, military industrial complex subsidies. Yes. Again and again and again. Some of you don't know this. Over half of all American manufacturing now, not the economy, manufacturing, is somehow connected to the military industrial complex. It's not all weapons. It could be things like uniforms or whatever, food or something, but it's connected. It could be chips, but it's connected to the military industrial complex. Over half. That is why we can't just get rid of it, because the economy will collapse. Yes, the economy will collapse. Yes, that's the sad part.
We are creating more manufacturing jobs and have in my last 3 years as governor than at any time in recent memory. And it's not all the old steel that my grandpa and my dad
it
made
isn't.
down at the
Oh, no, we got rid of that. We outsourced to China years ago. That's gone. So you're correct. It's not that. She's acting like this is a good thing.
The Bethlehem steel plant. It is microchips.
Yep.
And it is the energy and the technology that is used that's going to be spread across the world.
Yes, via bombing. Accurate. Yes, it'll be spread across the world via bombing. Correct. So as we're dropping bombs in Israel, in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Ukraine, in Russia, we will spread it all over. See that? All over the place.
So we are now following in the footsteps of those great innovators, the people of great ideas, the people of great enthusiasms.
Enthusiasms. That's mine. Yes. Dow says electronic components, military service, vessels, and equipment. Yes, it's not all. It is not just weapons. It is some of that. Weapons is less than 10%. Right? We do make weapons in America, of course we do, but it's less than 10% of our manufacturing. But over 50% is directly connected in some way, shape, or form. You're correct, Dow. Exactly right. Yes.
Teddy Roosevelt would like to say.
Yes, Teddy.
And no one could have anticipated achieving so much in such little time. I'm actually stunned by the speed at which this has happened. It was just 1 year ago, as I mentioned, Tom and I had the conversation. it was 3 months later, we announced this in our State of the State after countless meetings, like, what is this actually going to
Countless.
look like? How will
Couldn't
it
count
work?
these meetings. So
And
many
what
of
we're
them.
doing with Empire AI is unprecedented.
Everything's
Now,
unprecedented.
some of these supercomputers already exist in the United States. I didn't
Yeah,
say
they
we're
do.
the first in the country.
Wait a minute. You said no one else is doing it. Huh.
But those are in the
Okay.
hands of private companies. That's the difference.
See that? These evil private companies. That's the problem. If only I, as your liege, I, as your queen and maybe one day empress, if I were to control the empire's AI, then we could rule the galaxy as father and son. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. But then we could just, I don't know, but not these private companies might do things like help out people and stuff, provide services and things. They might do that. We can't have that. Only government can do that. Yes.
OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, they have these.
Okay, Mike, what'd you say? I wish you had Zeldin as alternative in 2024. No, you don't. No, you don't want that. No, you do not. No. Zeldin's the guy who's sitting here running his PAC and getting himself a check now off Republican money in New York State. That's Zeldin. That's what he did. Yes.
But we imagine what good could be done if you
Tell me.
take this power and put it in academia.
See what could go wrong if you take the power from multiple companies that are all doing well and put it centrally controlled by eggheads in academia. What could go wrong? Never has like a mad scientist done anything wrong. Government taking, like, again, tell me you've never watched science fiction without telling me you've never watched science fiction. This is literally the opening of the next sci-fi movie. This is her opening, and we're gonna do this and help the people and roll the credits. Next credit is the opening to Terminator. Yes.
Attract the brightest people in the country, if not the world, to come to our state.
So you're telling me that the brightest people in the world and country are now just sitting home? They're sitting there going, man, if only there was some government that would take over all of AI and go to one room, one spot, and I could go there. Guess I'll play video games all day or watch some Netflix. There's no other place in the world that I could possibly go. That's what she's saying.
To have access to this, to contemplate and imagine and innovate and create solutions to society's problems that up until now have been unsolvable.
See, they're unsolvable without her. She is our Lord and Savior. Love that. I'm so glad we have her now.
That's what I'm expecting. A little bold, but that's how we roll. And
that's how she rolls.
If we put this in the hands of the best academic minds.
Because you know where all the good stuff comes out of? Academia. You know that. Look at our college campuses now. You guys are all proud of our college campuses now, aren't you? You guys are all proud of all the people who are, all the great graduates coming out of our colleges now. Aren't you impressed by them all? Aren't they all doing amazing, great things? Aren't they?
It's exactly what I wanted to see happen. And so this effort is for the public good. Brilliant students and faculty will come here, not just at the University of Buffalo. Many will come, Dr. Satish, don't worry. Right? They're coming.
Yeah, see? He's like, no, you promised me. See? You thought I was joking. She literally she gave it out. Yeah, she promised him a bunch of money. That's why I was like, yes, I love her. Yes, I love her. Absolutely. Yes, I love her. Good. Oh, Dow has one. Empress Hochul, first of a name, refuge for the criminal alien, friend of the corrupt, bane of the taxpayer, deliverer of the criminal, sanctuary of the subsidized, destroyer of dissenters. Not bad. It's not bad. We got to come up with a bunch of names like that. I like that. It's not bad. I used to use Cuomo, grabber of butts, killer of grandparents. That's what I called Cuomo. Cuomo, second of his name. King Cuomo, second of his name. Grabber of butts, killer of grandparents. That was his. So each one of our monarchs gets their own, names. They get all of those. So yes.
Don't worry. But every SUNY school, every CUNY school, and our partners like Cornell, Columbia, NYU, RPI, Flatiron, the Simons organization. So all of our
note how she named all the government agencies first. All of them first.
Partners who have contributed to this have been given a very clear directive to find solutions to society's problems. So we can talk about tackling food insecurity, something that is very real in a prosperous state like New York. That's not acceptable to me. Help us continue to develop therapies and treatments for cancer.
Does she believe
come a long way?
Does she believe her own crap, says Grace? I don't know. And she probably doesn't. She doesn't care. That's not a thing. She says what's required. Whatever. Nobody believes it. Now we're curing cancer again. Didn't Biden say he was curing cancer? Didn't Biden say that? Absolutely. Yes. Yes. The AC says, yes, Larry, you told us that you called Cuomo that Larry. Yeah, I do. Yes. The killer of grandparents to grabber of butts. That's him. Yes, absolutely. Kamala is the Kamala the unready, mincer of words, destroyer of meaning. Nicely done, Michael. Nicely done. That's a good one. That is nicely done. Yes, she is that mincer of words, destroyer of meaning. You got me on that one. Well done.
Must have Roswell right down the street. But there's so much more that needs to be done because we're still losing New Yorkers and others to this deadly disease. How about preparing for the next hurricane? And we still, in New York City, downstate, we're still seared by the knowledge of the power of Hurricane Sandy. Those who lived on Long Island and
that was like how many years ago?
Now are just still, when you say hurricanes, they still have that PTSD from what happened. Shocking flooding the subways of New York. Damage.
We did nothing about that. Oh my
bridges
God.
We're still repairing today.
Yes, we're still. Sandy was what, 10, 15 years ago? When was Sandy? Hold on. Now, 10, 15 years ago, right? Am I right? Hold on. When was Hurricane Sandy? Now I'm actually going to check because she literally said it. We're still fixing it. This is government. Still fixing from Hurricane Sandy. She says it. 2012, 12 years ago. 10, 15, I was close. 12 years ago. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, 2012. Yes. You're still fixing stuff. This is government at work. 12 years and you haven't made people whole yet. Why would you say that? Like, why would you actually admit that? Why would you admit that? Or
you talk about what happened with Milton. Didn't seem like that was really well predicted. We kind of knew it was going to hit Florida, but I don't think the East Coast was ready for it.
So her answer is, we're going to go in Buffalo. We are going to use AI. All the people who are laying around doing nothing, playing video games now, who are all brilliant, who don't have no place to go because no company would take them, no other place in the world would take them. Nobody will. They're all waiting for you to go, hey, come to Buffalo. Oh, they're going to put down their controllers, turn off Netflix, and run to Buffalo and cure cancer. She just said this. And cure cancer and defend against hurricanes, I guess. That's what she's going to do. She just said that. And no one's like, this is utter garbage. Like, yeah, we're going to cure cancer and then we're going to stop hurricanes because people are going to run to Buffalo. Because no one's thought it. No one's been trying to cure cancer for the past 50, 60, 100 years. No one's been doing that. None. No one's doing it. No one's trying to stop hurricanes. We don't care. Why? Because no one's put together an AI place in Buffalo. So we're going to sit and do nothing. Yes. Jesus Christ. I
think the exact trajectory was accurate and people were not ready necessarily.
See that.
This is what we're talking about. Also, how we harness all kinds of energies right now. But then what we're going to do here today.
Oh, she made that up and thought that sounded dumb. I'll stop. So Garrett, thank you, my friend. 10 Larry Sharpe memberships. Thank you, guy. I appreciate it, my friend. Everyone does count. Thank you for the gift. You are the best. Thank you. Absolutely. So yeah, look, the reality here is she just started a thing. I'll zip through this piece real fast.
And there's so many people want to use this. The list is long. Everybody wants a piece of this, but
she just said it. Everybody wants a piece of this. To be forward. She is absolutely, she says the quiet part out loud a lot. Everyone wants to be, yeah, it's $4 billion. I want my cut. Don't you? I want my cut. Let's all get our cut of the $4 billion. We paying in taxes for. Let's get a cut.
First of all, talk about cybersecurity. And that'll be one of the first projects here because we are all so vulnerable as individuals.
Cybersecurity,
credit cards, your banking online, all the way to our governments. And our national security is at risk of being compromised because of foreign actors, especially as we get closer to an election, which is going to determine the trajectory of our nation. So this is what's at risk out there. But I'm feeling very proud that these are the conversations that are going to be happening in this building and across the state using.
They're going to happen here.
So we're going to make a real difference for New Yorkers, getting $275 million from the state. Grateful to my partners there. $125 million from University and Philanthropic.
Okay, remember I told you she's giving out the money? There it is. There's the money. She did Teddy Roosevelt. She did more jobs. She did hard work and proud and validated government. She did all. She did all. She checked every box. She always does. She checks every
Partners
box.
like the Simons Foundations and others who have been so generous with this project. So we're going to continue. When people say, how do we get here so quickly? I'll wrap
That was
up with
quickly?
this. Those of you know me, rather impatient, right? I want it done. But also, I have also seen thousands and thousands of good ideas, great ideas,
Yeah.
die in reports that sit on
Yep.
shelves or
Yep.
in conference rooms where they're debated to death.
Okay. That's absolutely not true at all, except in two places. Government and academia. Government and academia, you debate them to death. Business, you just do it. Or you don't. They're not debated to death. That's the issue. Yes. Rosa says, do you realize you're now teaching us and helping us learn a new language, don't you, Larry? Yes, I actually do. I want you guys to hear this and know what she actually means. And remember, it's always about the grift. That's what it's about. They don't have any new policies that change that open us up and give us freedom. That's not a thing. That's not how that works. All they do is make things bad. That's all they do.
And that could have easily happened with something like this. Wow, that's pretty radical. We better think about this, all the other elements and pros and cons and all the aspects and who's involved. That could be exactly where we are, and it would be a normal course of events, right? But I agree with Teddy Roosevelt, who was sworn in just walking distance
Teddy
from
Roosevelt.
here.
There we
Teddy
go.
Roosevelt inaugural
Second
site.
time.
I'm always promoting visitors from out of town to come see everything we have here. It's literally walking distance. He said, you have to be in the arena to
Okay.
know the triumph of high achievement.
Oh, she's ready to fight in the arena now.
Not on
Here
the
she goes.
sidelines with the timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat.
Okay, come on.
I've been in that arena a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, you get bloodied and marred, as you say, but
Yes, you literally have been in that arena. She's been part of local government, federal government, and state government literally for decades. And New York is the literally losing population faster than any other state, even California. Take that, California. We're the worst. Losing more people, the least friendly for business. And something else that many of you don't know. We have the worst, the absolute worst wealth inequality of all 50 states. The worst. The worst. But we're supposedly supposed to be the most progressive and wonderful state. Well, if we are, progressive isn't working, or maybe it's just corruption. Maybe it's just corruption. I'm going to go with that.
you'll never know the triumph of high achievement if you don't enter that arena. My friends, we're not only in the arena,
Yeah.
We-
We're getting our ass kicked.
we built the arena. This
Oh,
is
we
our
built it.
arena.
Oh.
And so we're going to win. We're going to fight. Again, with that, I want to introduce Marilyn Simon.
All right. I'm gonna jump to her real fast and then I'll move on from there. She's a billionaire's
I'm forever
wife.
grateful to you. And I want to thank you and all the others involved. And I want to thank, as we announce our Stony Brook professor, Dr. Robert Harrison, who will be the interim director. He'll be announcing that today.
Yep. More
And
directors.
also,
Each director makes six figures.
that we've officially incorporated.
And the people here, a lot of them are like in that world, so they're all getting six figures. Again, if I say, hey, Dal, I want to give you a job that's, I think the average is like 115,000 for the directors, and it's in that area. I'm gonna give you a job that's I don't know, $150,000 a year, and you get to work for government. And if you fail, it doesn't really matter. No one's gonna hold you accountable at all. You get great benefits because it's government. And if you fail, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have this job as long as you don't piss me off. You will have this job forever. How about it? Most of you be like, wait, I don't get fired? Nah. What if I do my job? Doesn't matter. What? Yeah, just be loyal to me. That's what you do. So like next year or 2 years from now, when I run, you just say, hey, Larry's a great guy and you should vote for him. That's it. And vote for me. That's what I would do. What about my job? I don't care. Just show up once in a while and you can hire your friends. What? Yeah, hire your friends. I wish I was joking. Said, no. That's how it works. You can hire your friends. Now, hire your friends. It's fine. I mean, they won't make as much as you. They make like 50, 60 grand. Maybe someone make like 70, 80. But you still get great benefits. They don't get fired as long as they keep you happy. That's all that matters. They're happy to you. It's fine. Doesn't matter. It'll take 2 years to make anything. All you have to do is like figure out who to give money to. Really? Yeah. In fact, if you got some friends who have some businesses who can make some money, give a job to them. What? Yeah, just give a job to them. We'll make up some reason, give them some jobs. They'll make money. Do you have like a cousin or someone who owns like a construction company? Yeah, my cousin owns a construction company. Give him some work. Oh, really? Yeah, it's taxpayer dollars. Don't worry about it. That's literally happening. Like some of you are like joking, like Larry's doing a skit. Yeah, I'm doing a skit, but it's real. That's what happens. So Dal, of course, would be a jerk and be like, hey, Larry, go take a hike, and I have to fire him because he'd have to be that. But as long as Dal doesn't do that, he keeps his job. So Dal, keep your mouth shut, you keep your job. And you give your friends money too. So yeah, I do. You do not even have to at all do anything. That's how it actually works. That's really how it works. So yes, just noticed I changed my wardrobe. It's fall, y'all. It's fall, y'all. So I went to the hoodie. Yes, it's fall. So I went to hoodie. I went from short sleeve to hoodie. I did change. Absolutely true. I wish all that was untrue, but you know I'm telling the truth.
As a nonprofit organization, we are board of directors. I mean, I'm just telling you, there's a
Board
lot
of directors,
behind this.
a lot behind this, which means a lot of jobs behind this. Each director gets paid.
But we have our leaders of all the institutions I mentioned, and Tom Secunda is chair, so I feel very confident of that. And we're going to keep making sure that we meet.
The chair is the chair is the billionaire. Huh? Who would have thought? Who would have thought the chair is the billionaire? That's a coincidence, isn't it? Huh? The guy with the most money to give is the chair. Huh?
Milestones as soon as possible. So I'm excited. I'm energized. And let's fight in the arena to make sure we win and dominate the rest of the world. That's what we're going to do here in
She literally said, dominate the rest of the world. Man.
Buffalo, across the state of New York. Marilyn Simons, please come up.
Wow. All right.
About my wonderful husband.
Her husband passed away. That
the
sucks. I mean, it
wonderful
does suck.
life we had together. But
they made a bunch of money.
Invited around 20 some odd science.
They put in about $1 million to start something because they're all wealthy. And then they made so much money. I'm not joking. This is an actual story. They made so much money that they had to figure out where to spend it. That's what her story is. We just made so much money. We didn't know. I'm not joking. She says this. If you can, you can watch it. She says, we made so much money, we don't do with it. So we just invited a bunch of people in to say, where can we spend our money?
To come and tell us, where's the future going?
Yes.
Where's the needle just poised for?
She was like, we just had so much money. I need these friends. I need these friends. She's like, I just have so much money that we didn't know what to do with it. So great. Garrett, the man, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. 5 members. Thank you, my friend. That's amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate you doing this. Every membership counts. It really does. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Advancement. What should we be investing in the future? Yeah. And
so I'm going to a little bit further down here.
Various ideas of
because
course,
good afternoon,
this guy now
everybody.
This guy's the billionaire.
So first, I'd like to thank the governor for leading us, not just in this initiative, but an initiative to make New York State a leader in technology. As a technologist myself, it is just so satisfying to see. And of course, thanking Marilyn for being
he's a key investor
on what
Bloomberg, key investor, right? So what would he gain from this besides being able to just, I guess, be involved in stuff, but not just that. Also, he knows where to invest because he's picking winners and losers. He works for Bloomberg, literally a co-founder. Not a bad deal, if you ask me.
Empire AI could do. Empire AI
is here with us. So I'm very excited. And when I say excited, I don't mean a little, I mean a lot.
Because he is saying, I'm getting paid for years now, whether I'm successful or not. It does not matter. I am now working for government handouts and not working for a private company. Oh my God. If I work for a private company, I have to actually do stuff. If I work for a private company, I have to actually be able to produce. But I get to work for government for years and produce nothing. Oh my God, I'm so happy. That's why he's so happy. Again, wish I was joking.
I mean that we could be dreaming about the future here, the way President Kennedy got us to dream about traveling to the moon.
Again, now that was 60 years ago. I guess that's better than 200 years ago, but I'll take it. 60? Better.
The way Dr. Salk's vaccine allowed us to embrace a healthier future. When I think of living in a world where AI innovations have helped humans create, as they're trying to at UB, the learning tools that will.
Okay, so right now, he says it. Right now, AI is creating learning tools. How can that be true? Kathy Hochul, all hail, our queen, Her Majesty, she just told us that you got to come to Buffalo so that you can help, the AI can help people. Without it, people just sitting around doing nothing, playing on the PlayStations and watching Netflix or whatever, Amazon Prime, whatever's a cool thing. They're doing that. Maybe they're watching my show, as they should be watching my show. Maybe they're doing my show, whatever they're watching, right? As Joseph says, they're dreaming and aspiring. That's what they're doing right now. They're not doing it, just dreaming and aspiring. That's all they're doing. They got to wait till she makes this. Then we keep going on. Boom, then we go, right? But no, he's never doing it. Yeah, because they are. They're already working for things. They're doing things. Yes. Yes. So, where was I?
Help students with disabilities thrive. When I think about a world where, as the governor described, we're making incredible advances in healthcare. Think about, we have early evidence that AI is helping doctors diagnose pancreatic cancer months early.
Okay, that can't be true. Didn't she just say that none of this can happen without Buffalo and the Empire AI thing? How can this be true? Wait a minute. If this is already happening, why don't we just let it happen? Or why don't we just give those people tax abatements? Or why don't we just put some money into them? Why do we have to come up with a $4.3 billion scheme? I don't get it. Could it be because I just want to make sure that government gets their cut of this and picks winners and losers? Could it be that? Yes. I think it's that. That's what I think. I think it's that. Let me move to the piece that I think is my favorite piece, if I can. Here's my favorite piece. I have to run this favorite piece right here. Okay. This is the best piece. They walk over to the black box. You move to the black box. Uh-oh. It's on. Empire AI is on. They're all clapping. Empire AI is on. So you know what happens next, don't you? I think you all know. I think all of you know what happens next now that AI is on. I don't want to say it, but yeah, it's here. It's here. It's here. Here comes Skynet. That's it. I didn't want it to happen. Kathy Hochul did it. It's the end of humanity. Yes, you know I had to do opening season. To quote Garrett, it has begun. Yes, it's over. Sorry, it is over. The Terminator has come. It's the end. It's how it works. Yeah, this is what we're all about here. You see, as we hear them talk about things, it's all about grift and what's happened. And that's the piece I want you to see this. Right? I often go through what politicians say and you hear me then tell what they actually mean. This is one of them. I use her a lot because I know her stuff. She's the same every time. She's very easy for me to do. I could just look at it once and be like, done. That's it. It's that easy. Guys, please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Click the like button. If you haven't already, please do it. I get constantly shadow banned. Please click the button that is like. It does matter. If you're watching on Twitter or Facebook, please share this. Every bit matters. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It does matter tremendously. If you didn't happen to get a gifted membership, you can. If you want to just join, $5 a month keeps me going. You can super chat me whenever you want at Larry Sharpe YouTube. Either way, all these things do matter. Please click them. It does matter. So, yes. All right. We'll grab some of these now. Joel says, all we need now is AI WebMD. No need for Medicare VA for all. I'm not sure I'd go that far, but I do think that AI can make absolutely all medical care better. I think it's absolutely can make it better, 100%. I'm not sure we go that far, though. I think it can. If we do it right, we can actually make it to where a lot of people could make it to where you could pay a low amount monthly in the free market. Even we could make this could be an answer for the free market to make it actually affordable in the free market. I think it could happen. I do think that's true. So yes, and says that's what New York City will look like in 2 years. 2 years, probably a year, but yes, that's Los Angeles 2029. So we got like 5 years left, and that's when it happens. So according to Terminator, it's 2029 it happens. So we only got 5 years before it happens. So let's see if this is actually true. We'll see. So yes. Let's see here. Jess says, I got both these channels playing on YouTube. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Mike says, I just said if Zeldin was in things, wouldn't be the same situation decisions Hochul was making. I don't know, to be forward with you. Because the issue, if Zeldin had actually won, which I knew I have receipts on this one. I predicted exactly. I said publicly in a live, he would lose between 5 and 7%. He lost by 6. I know exactly. I know the state very well. I talk about New York so much because I know New York so well. I talk about other states here or there. I'm nowhere near as good, but I really know New York very well. Even if he had won, he wouldn't have controlled the Senate or the Assembly, and he has to grip like all the rest. So he probably would have done the same thing. He just wouldn't have. He would. I mean, maybe not. I don't know, but I don't know. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to run. He didn't have a team ready to go. He didn't have a team ready. He didn't. He wasn't gonna. He knew he was gonna win. So maybe if he thought he was gonna win and he got a team ready, maybe. I mean, he didn't even spend all his money because he knew he was gonna win. So he's like, I'm gonna keep the money. Why would I spend it? I'm gonna lose. So he didn't even spend all his money. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see him being anything like that. So maybe. Anyway. Grace says, please comment after the show because this was awesome. Thank you, Grace. I appreciate that. Absolutely. I do appreciate that 100%. Yes. I think that's a big deal. So guys, I'm going to let you go tonight. I appreciate the chat. I will be back on tomorrow. I will be having Adam Moreno on tomorrow, and I will be on at 7 p.m. this time. I will be on tomorrow, and I'm also my radio show tomorrow at 1 p.m. My live radio show. If you want to call in, feel free to call in if you want to. You can call in tomorrow at 1 p.m. and I'll be on again at 7 p.m. And please, again, comment afterwards for Mr. Rhythm, Al Gore. Rhythm. I will see you all very soon.